Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Conversation Starters. This is episode 5 and we have a guest on the show. Obviously we have regular host Hannah on the show.
Hi.
Yes. And we have a guest in the form of my sister. Hello.
Hello.
And now Chloe is on the show. She's been on the vlogs in the past. Obviously many of you would have seen her on the vlogs and stuff. But she is here. So we are now going to get straight into the questions. I've got 6 today to go through, and we will just see how far, and yeah, we'll just have a conversation. So, the first question is, would you rather be the best player on a horrible team or the worst player of a great team?
Oh, that's easy.
Best player on the
Best player, yeah.
On the worst team.
Yeah, because say there is football. I'm only saying that because we went to go see the football today.
Yeah.
If you're the best player on the worst team, if someone's like gonna scout players, they'll find you. And
To go to a bigger team.
to go to a better team, yeah, you'll end up on a better team.
I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just thinking that you'll just be in the public eye when all the time.
You'll be the
You like all
best.
the attention. You know what I mean?
That's what I would probably be on a smaller team for, because if I was on this is horrible team, but if we just use the form of small and great, yeah. But if we use small team, like for instance, if you're like the greatest player for Cardiff City, and you keep them up, you are like a legend at Cardiff City.
Are you saying that Cardiff City are a horrible team? Do you have any Cardiff City?
No, I'm just saying, like if say I played for Cardiff City, or say the Cardiff City players in general, if one of them scores a goal, like say Bobby Reed or something, he goes to Man United, he would just be a player, and he won't have the same type of affection. He won't have any affection. But he'll just be playing maybe once a month type of thing.
Yeah, but if you look at like Gareth Bale, yeah.
Bad example.
How is that a bad example?
He's
Who was his
not
original
really
team?
liked by Real Madrid.
Yeah, but.
Southampton. Bad example.
Well, I didn't know. I don't know what his popularity like day by day.
So like Wayne Rooney, right? Wayne Rooney played for Everton, and then he was a great player at Everton, youngster, and then Man United bought him, and then he wasn't at the beginning, like he was new, obviously,
Of course, yeah.
and then in time he became one of the greatest players for Man United, and then he went back to Everton, even though he was still a great player, he was still like seen as greatness there. So it can work both ways, I suppose.
And I guess I know it's his player, but like take singing for example, because Chloe,
Yeah.
you sing, don't you?
Yeah.
Say you were in a choir. Use the same analogy. Would you
Oh,
rather
yeah.
be in a
Yeah, small choir, but be one of the best. Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. You would, wouldn't you?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
100%.
You've got to be.
Yeah, because otherwise you're just gonna have all like people talking bad about you and being horrible.
But what if you
and-
were in a really good choir, right, or singing group?
Yeah.
Would you get further? Do you think? In competitions, if you
Well,
were
if
a
you were
really
in
good,
a really, really good
if you were in
one
a
and
really-
like you were
yeah.
the worst, well no, because you get further in competitions for personal like goals and that you wouldn't reach because you're just outshadowed. So nobody would even look at you or pay attention to you.
It's
or-
interesting.
Yeah, I think I would prefer to be on a smaller team, but be the best. Like in school, I was always on. There was like A team and B team, and I always was on B team, but I would always score the goals. So I was the best on the B team,
The worst
but the
one.
worst, I couldn't get in the A team but that was because I didn't do football outside of school, so like I couldn't commit to it like that. So that was that. But yeah, that's I suppose I've done that before. Okay. Question 2 is: do you prefer to shop online or do you prefer to shop in store? It's quite a good debate because you can take shopping. Like we'll start with clothes. So clothes.
In store. 100%. You've got to see something. Like Pretty Little Thing like is annoying because they
You can't
just
physically.
online.
yeah.
So how many times I've ordered something off Pretty Little Thing I have to send it back because it just
But
depends on what it looks like or sizing is wrong or whatever.
for me, clothes is like I prefer going. But what I hate about shopping in person, like in store, is picking up something and then think, oh, this is nice, and then you look at the tag and it's like, wow, that is not worth that. Like the value is different to what I would value it at. What I like about online then on that flip side is I get to sort it by like say lowest to highest, or I get to no. But so I'm like I know my budget straight. Like I literally can, and I do pick up decent things. You can't go into the shop and say to the manager, "Oh, can you show me the items that are like in between £5 and £50, for instance?
Yeah.
I don't want to see anything over 50. You can't do that." So that's what I like about online. It's the filtering thing.
I don't know, I disagree. I've been shopping before, and I don't know if it was like for a party or something, and I got really flustered because I sometimes get like really stressed out in shops and stuff. And I've said, "Oh, I really need a dress," and they'll say, "Oh, well, what's your price range?" So, and then you say, "Oh, my budget is this."
So they're kind of like a personal shopper then, in a way. You'd have to like, yeah. But if you're just generally going into a store,
Oh yeah, if you were generally just going.
it's hard
I think, I agree with Chloe. Like trying clothes on is like a must because the way clothes like look on a hanger or look on a model online is completely different. Like, and the material as well. Like, isn't it? Like, if you order things, you're like, this is not how it looked. But
Yeah,
then I
I
also really like when James is like watching his TV. I like just browsing online because I think you can get the trends. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do like that. I just never buy anything online.
never.
If it's Pretty Little Thing, yeah, because it's the only place I can
The
buy
only
it
place you
from.
can buy it.
But like,
How about like ASOS and Boohoo?
No.
Nothing like that.
You've never.
Boohoo I have actually. I have Boohoo.
I use Boohoo
ASOS
a
I
lot.
haven't. It's just
Because
hit
you
and miss,
can
isn't
just
it?
look on New Look or look on the
I like the
Ravelry or look
convenience
on-
of it. Like with online, and me and Hannah have come against this when we've gone on holidays at like weird times of the year when there's like no summer stuff in the shops. You can go online and you can buy summer stuff all year round.
The thing is, Chloe's is organised.
Yeah.
So she's going on all days like late summer. You'd have already bought your stuff. Wouldn't
Everything's
you?
ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It is difficult. It is difficult. So obviously that's clothes. Clothes is a big part. Like let's do food. So food is a big thing recently where you can go to or like Tesco shopping online, and I know people in my work do that all the time.
people in my work do that.
don't
I-
like
There are people on the street, and I see them on the street. It gets like delivered. I'm just like, I always look at it and I think, why?
I would, if I had my own house, I would do that 100%.
Why?
Especially if you have a kid. Can you imagine having a kid and taking him out
That's
to
why.
Tesco?
That's
Oh
why people
my-
doing work.
no.
Yeah, that's why people doing
No
work
way.
because the kids.
Just order online, innit? Kids have all gone to bed, right? Let's do our Tesco shop.
Put it this way then. So like,
Go around the store and got it all.
Yeah,
for
but-
you. Yeah, sounds great. If I did
Great.
shopping, 100% online food shop.
it's great if like, for instance, say you order a loaf of bread, and then the Tesco employee is walking around and they've picked up a loaf of bread and they look at the dates. They're gonna give you the one that's gonna date next because that's the stuff that needs to go. So you're then going to be left with things. Whereas if you're using the store like today, all right, not today. I picked up the low date because it was cheaper. But you mean on a normal day, I always pick up like the longest date things.
Oh.
So you would lose that control of like choosing your own shop. For instance, with veg as well.
And so I think I've heard as well people when they've picked up an alternative for them when they haven't had what they've ordered in stock. They've just picked up an
Yeah.
alternative.
Oh, I don't like that.
So if you order Philadelphia cheese, and then there's no Philadelphia cream cheese there, they'll give you Tesco Value cream cheese. And I was like, that's not what I wanted.
No.
Imagine ordering a Galaxy, and then they say there's no Galaxy left. We're going to give you dairy milk. Might not be what you wanted. So there's no control there. That's what I don't like about the whole shopping online. Is the control is like, I want to have this, I want that, and you also miss out on like the reduced stuff. You know, like the yellow stickers in Tesco's and stuff.
Never look at that.
No, but like sometimes you can get some
when
really.
you will.
Sometimes you get some really good stuff. Sometimes you can get some really good stuff, and it's like it's fine, especially like fruit and veg and stuff.
Sometimes you
Like,
can
yeah.
get avocados for
And
a
bakery
pence,
stuff.
It's the best.
Yeah. 5 pence for 5 pence for like rolls before and stuff, but they're fine for like the day after in work.
Actually, like cookies
Yeah.
and that.
Cookies, yeah. So you missed out on those things.
Cookies, avocados.
And
chicken.
final point I'm gonna make on this is my people in work that do it. They say they spend more because they get recommended. Like, oh, last week you had Froobs. Like, well, I don't need Froob yogurts anymore because I've
Now
already
I
got
want
some.
them 'cause you
But
told
now
me.
I must think I need them, so I'll just add them. And it's so easy, just click, click, click.
Yeah, but you could argue that when you go around the store, it's only £1. Oh, it's only £1.
Yeah, that's the same
Chuck it in,
thing.
Just to say, yeah,
That is the same thing.
yeah.
chuck
But
it in.
if you have a list and
I
you're
know
walking
what
around a
to say.
shop, if you have a list and you walk around a shop, you'd 9 times out of
That's a
10.
man's thing. If you got a list and you walk around the shop, you just go in, get it, go.
Yeah,
What does a woman do? Up and down,
Yeah.
up and
Maybe
down.
we need this. Or...
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so yeah, clothes. There's that. There's nothing else really that you can get like not online. I like one thing I will say on this is I like that you can like reserve. I like the whole reserve thing now, where like say you order something on like Argos and you could like reserve a product. Like say you wanted to buy it.
That is useful.
You can reserve it and then just go and get it. Like I like that because it's like it's yours and you've got it held for 2 days or whatever. I quite like the reserve type function of how like all companies are doing it now. You've never used like reserve? Like you can reserve, they give you a number and then you go and pick it up with your little code.
Sounds way
Maybe
too
when I was
confusing.
like 10. Remember when we used to Argos after like birthday money?
Yeah, I suppose.
Just go and be like,
But Argos was the first that did it. Now everything does it. But yeah. Okay, we will do another question. What is your favourite day of the week? Now this will be interesting. I picked this one because Chloe's part of the show, and obviously me and Hannah work Monday to Friday. Chloe works on the weekend, but we more or less work all the time with school.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm quite interested to see what Chloe's favourite day of the week would be because every day she's busy. So
I'm got favourite day of the week. It's different every week.
depends on.
Yeah. So like this week I'm off Sunday. So Sunday is going to be my favourite day of the week. Whereas like next week I know that I'm off school and off work Thursday. So Thursday will be my favourite day.
What about
'cause
like,
it's just my own.
because you have some days where you're not in school until like midday.
Oh, I love those days.
Yeah, those half days, and then you have nothing in the
Yeah.
afternoon. You can just chill. That's like another favourite day. It could be.
Mm.
So it really depends on your schedule for the
Yeah.
week. How
I
things
hate
are.
Saturdays
Hmm.
because I do a
You always
long
work.
shift.
It's the worst day of the week then.
Yeah.
I love a Friday.
Friday's about
Oh, I love a Friday.
Friday and a Sunday. for
I
me.
love work on a Friday. I had half a day's toil to use. Like, basically, I worked more than I needed to, and they were like, "Oh, take a half day whenever you want." And I took it on the Wednesday just to break up the week, and they were like, "Why didn't you take on the Friday?" And I was like, "I love a Friday."
Friday in an office. If you ever work in an office, Friday is such a down day. Hope my manager's not listening, but it's. I do manage to do. I do.
so much. On
I do
Friday.
more work on a Friday than I ever do though, because I've got the end goal of like 5 o'clock. You know what I mean? It's like it just goes so quick. Everyone's so chill. The radio's on. It's like yes, it's Friday.
We don't have a radio.
You know. Oh, we have radio on Monday to Friday.
Friday's my full day.
Famous.
Like this next Friday, I'm in school 9 till 3 and I'm working 4 till finish.
Oh God.
Yeah, I think Friday and Sunday. And the reason why I like Sunday is it's like some people might say it's the worst if it's like Monday, like office
Love
week.
Sunday.
But I love a Sunday. I love the
I
chill.
hate Sundays.
Especially if there's football on, like it's such a nice day. Saturday stresses me out because I feel like it's like anxiety. I feel like I need to do something. I feel like I need to.
Saturday.
Yeah, I feel like I
Yeah.
need. I should. Why am I staying in? I feel like I need to be out. It stresses me out if anything.
And that's how I feel on a Sunday, because it's like work tomorrow. I gotta do something, or work tomorrow. It's
I gotta
like,
make the most of it. You have it like on the
Yeah.
Sunday, whereas I'm like, oh, it's nice now. It's Sunday. It's day of rest. I can chill.
Day of rest.
Football's on. Songs of praise is on at 4.
Shut
Everything's
up,
fine.
songs and praise.
You know what I mean? I mean, some people probably say they have a Sunday lunch and stuff. We don't have that all the time, but
No, I do. I'm not working, we'll have Sunday that much.
That's nice.
yeah, we don't. We had one like recently, but yeah, I think Sunday's a nice day. Hannah stresses out. Okay, let's move on. We have 3 questions left, and we will go with this one. What do you think is the best invention? Like, what invention is the best? Now, that invention could be anything. First thing you think of is like computers and phone stuff, but think about it. Invention is literally anything. An invention is a wheel. Somebody made the wheel. So, like, what do you think is the best invention, in your opinion? Who wants to go first?
Oh, you go first. That's a really hard question.
Me go first. And the obvious one would be like electricity, like lights and stuff. Like how somebody invented the energy of electricity and to what it is now. That's like an obvious one for me because
Yeah.
it saves lives and it gives you light and it's just obvious. But if I'm just gonna go for like a product or something, like because I know a lot about that. And Chloe's pointing to her phone. I wouldn't choose my phone.
Yeah, that was the first thing I thought of.
I wouldn't choose phone. I wouldn't.
But it's not. I know it's not, but it was just the first thing that I thought of.
No, I wouldn't even choose like computers and stuff. Really, I think I would go for like how like music. I think that's my favorite invention, and like as a
There's not one day where I won't listen to
it
music.
appeals to like nearly more or less everybody. It's emotion, it's entertainment, it's passion. I think music is a pretty good invention in life. Like how people express themselves through music, how people are happy, and how music affects people, happy or sad. I think for me, you could say, yeah, my phone and I can do my online banking on there and take photos and stream live to YouTube. Yeah, great. But like, do you mean draw it back a bit? Like, what would be yours?
Probably a microwave.
A microwave.
Yes.
Jesus.
The fact that you can cook in super noodles.
Food. Anything to do with food. I thought she was going to say a fridge at one point. Literally.
That as
anything
well.
to do
That's a
with
good
food.
invention though, like for safety and stuff. Is years ago,
How
like
did they live before fridges? Like, I'd panic.
well, that's where these things like bread and butter pudding come in, and butternut squash, like butternut squash.
Butternut squash is a vegetable.
Not butternut squash, sorry, bubble and squeak. That's what I meant.
All
Bubble
right.
and squeak. Bubble and squeak is a thing that most people have on their breakfast. It's
dessert,
it's with
isn't it?
Sunday lunch. No,
Oh
it's
no,
the
sorry.
It's
no.
no Sunday lunch. It's with their full all day breakfast, and it's basically leftover Sunday lunch, like vegetables, mashed up into a mash.
Oh.
It's called bubble and squeak. So that's nice. And yeah, this is going to freak you out even more. But bread and butter pudding is stale bread soaked in water
Oh no.
and dried, and then add sugar in it, and you add raisins, and you put it in the oven, and you cook it up. It's a dessert, bread and butter pudding. Have you ever had bread and butter pudding?
No.
We had it like a week ago.
We were probably on it then. No.
We had it like not long ago in work. Someone made it in work, yeah, with like their leftover bread. First time I ever had it, and I didn't Google it. I didn't want to know what it was until after, and I ate it. It was lovely. It was lovely. It tastes like hot cross buns. Tastes like hot cross buns, but yeah, it was lovely.
My goodness. Goodness, I don't know.
Well, glasses. Would that be a good invention for you? Your car. Everything is an invention. This
I
table,
love my car.
this anything is literally an invention.
I do love my car. To think, like, obviously I've nearly been driving a year, but if I go like my MOT book, it's like the end of the world. It's like I haven't got a car for the day. It's like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, it's like what? It's like that. You know, you're taking your independence away. Like
Yeah,
it's like
you don't realise how much you rely on something.
you
so
take
much.
it's like losing your right arm. That's what my mum used to say. Yeah, she used to
Yeah.
say it's like losing your right arm, and he's like, shut up, lose your right arm.
Yeah, I
It
said
is.
that to her the other day, and then she was like, "Well, you got to book your MOT." I was like, "No."
Oh god.
Yeah,
Right, we have 2 more questions left. What is the biggest physical challenge that you have ever faced?
I think I got 2 examples. One of them was when I went up Mount Kenya because I cried, like, and not because
Just slide that in there, right?
just
Mount
slide it in there,
Kenya.
yeah. My God, no joke. No, I didn't cry because it was like a physical difficulty. It was like a mental challenge. It got to the point where my head was like, I just can't do it. And then the other time then was when I did that sailing trip. I've never
right,
felt
yeah.
so tired in my entire life. Like, I thought sailing was going to be like, just plain sailing, like,
Plain.
But it wasn't. It was, and I felt sick and stuff, but it was so like, it was so worth doing it in the end.
I think this is a big, wide open area for me in terms of I've never really had a challenge. Like, I've never really faced a challenge like that in my life, really, in terms of, like, I'm just thinking on top of my head, like, charity things or anything like that. Like, I've never done that. I've never done, like, some people could sit here and say I've done a marathon or for charity or I've done whatever, but I don't think I have. I mean, biggest physical challenge, probably my first ever gym comes to mind. That was a difficult day. Going to the gym, that's a hard day. Another one, recently would be like I started doing football on a Wednesday, and I remember my first football session. That was I couldn't run
You're
around the
burning
field.
like 1,000 calories a go.
1,000 calories a session, 1 hour, 1,000 calories gone. So that would be another one that's recent, but I don't think they're in anywhere near what you did climbing up Mount Kenya.
Yeah, I was struggling to think, but first one that comes to mind was skiing for me.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that'd be
By like, it's all fun and games by like the second, third game, and then the third day, and then 5th day. I was ready to just lie in bed because it's like you're up at 7, and then back to the room for like 6. Like, it is a full day.
Yeah.
So I'm cold and all that.
Something like that's a good point. Like traveling does take it out of you. Like we went to Barcelona recently, and that long walk in, especially city breaks, especially
Yeah.
they just take it out of you. So, the final question is, if you knew you only had 24 hours left to live, what would you do? And we'll just put a spin on this. It means you can do anything. So, like, don't be realistic. Like, if you want to go and meet your famous singer, then you can, type thing. If you could do anything in those 24 hours, what would you do and how would you spend those 24 hours? So let's say like I'll spend 3 hours and I want to see this person. I do this for 10 hours. Like, what would you do? Type thing.
Okay.
So let's do it like that. So I'll start. So I'll start with my morning. So I'd wake up my last day, and I think I'd like to have breakfast with like Donald Trump.
What the heck?
Yeah, but I'm gonna say half an hour. Just because I want to understand why. Why? Just half an hour. I'll have a croissant. I'll have some grapes.
Before you go, you just need to know
Yeah,
why.
why?
That would literally be the last thing I'd want to do.
No, but the first thing in the morning, I'm not gonna. I won't count this, but I'll do like half an hour. I'll have a half an hour breakfast with Donald Trump, and then I would like to fly in Air Force One because that's quite a good experience actually to fly in a president's plane. Let's be honest. So I'll fly in that, and I'd like to fly all the way to LA, and like have the late afternoon there, and I'd like to see the Hollywood sign, the stars. I'd like to see that, and I'd also like to go on one of the tours where you can go around. I think it's either like people's famous houses or like something like that. That's what I'd like to do. Like,
because Will Smith's is on there, isn't it?
That'd be like my morning.
Yeah.
Like I'd like to do that in the morning, and then that's up until midday. What would you want to do?
No, it's
That's my half day. Yeah, but we'll do half days first, then we'll go round.
Where's that place that's shaped like a palm tree? That place they made.
Dubai.
No, it's not Dubai.
Yeah, it is.
Maldives.
Is it the Maldives?
Maldives. I'd like to.
Shaped like a palm tree.
You know they made the island look like a palm tree.
Yeah, that's Dubai.
Palmer Island or something.
It's Dubai. I'm sure it's Dubai.
I don't think it is. Can we Google it? Palm tree island.
Dubai.
Is it really?
Yep.
Anyway, I want to go there.
It's man-made. I know that.
I want to go there. Or I would like to go to like, where did you say?
The Maldives.
The Maldives. Somewhere like that, like paradise.
So your last day, you just want to be on holidays.
I want to go there, yeah, and I want like to be like treated like a queen, where I have like massages and like food brought to me and like just food brought to me.
You just want to literally be waited on your last day.
Waited on, hand and foot.
You won't
massaged.
want to like be intrigued by anyone. You won't want to have like meet Jeremy Corbyn and have a chat to him about life.
You wouldn't want to meet anybody.
Not particularly. No, because it's my last day.
It's
No,
my last day.
My last day, and I want to just chill out. And like I'd have all my family there, like all my family, my friends, my girls.
So cringy, and she.
No, it's not. Literally,
I think about myself, and I'd have dinner with Donald Trump rather than see my mum my last day.
I'm sorry, but if you choose between like having like people waiting on your hand and foot, on a beach,
But you'd feel bad. You'd be like, I'm not going to ask for any more food because I don't want you to come back.
you would, she would.
Yeah.
She's only just come and give me this. I'm not going to ask her again.
Oh my god.
Well, you wouldn't ask her.
Yeah.
What
Chloe.
would I do? I would. I'd like the idea of having breakfast with somebody. Like Michelle Obama or something.
Oh,
Think how cool that would be.
That would be quite cool, actually. That's a good analogy.
That's a good breakfast with Michelle Obama.
Yeah, but I want to understand why. Ask why. You don't know who my afternoon's to be with yet, and I'm on an all-nighter with somebody. You can't wait for this. Anyway, moving on.
And I would.
Yeah. My last day, I'm not sleeping. I'm going to be sleeping for the rest of my life. Well, I'm going to be dead. But... So you'd have breakfast with Michelle Obama?
Yeah.
Would you travel with her then? Or will you leave her and then go, where would you go?
No, we'd go separate ways and that. Because I'd love to, I'm stuck between two people, meet Adele. Because obviously.
Like have a singing lesson with Adele.
Yeah, I was singing lesson with Adele and sing a duet with Lady Gaga.
Wow. That's a good last day. You could do both. It's 24 hours.
Because I'd love to just, I don't know.
But
imagine singing
in the evening, you could just see who's singing and who's gigging and just go and sing on stage on your last night. This is my last night live and I'm going to sing a song.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
In the night or something.
So Michelle Obama, and then go and see Lady Gaga and Adele in a recording studio.
Well, no, Adele and Robin was doing Sing Live.
And then sing live Lady Gaga in the night.
But then, I missed out. We only said we were doing half a day.
Oh, carry on. You can carry on.
What would I do before I was going to Lady Gaga? I'd love to skydive. Don't know why. That's just a thing.
That's what you'd want to do if you haven't done it.
It's just something I'd love to do. Is just skydive. And at the bottom, when I land, who will be there? Who will be there?
We can come back. We can come back to you if you want. You can have a think. Who would
I'll
be at
think
the
who
bottom?
would be at the bottom.
Right. For me then, so obviously now I'm on my lunchtime. So I'm like in LA. I would, because I'm over like the West Coast, I'd obviously go to Apple. I would want to have lunch with like the CEO of Apple. Well, all the team. It's all the Apple team. That's what I'd want to do. Definitely go to the Apple campus and have a tour. And like see how they do everything. That would be amazing. That would be one thing I'd definitely want to do. From there then I'd want to go to Hawaii. Like have like an evening in Hawaii. That'd be like quite chilled and like the sun will come down and just that'd be an experience. And then once that's done, I'd want to fly back to the UK for like the evening and I'd have an all-nighter and I'd want to have like friends, people like around my house, but not like a morning session. It'll be like an overnight playing video games and like chilling out, music on, pizza, just hanging out with people, drinks. And I'd want people there like, I don't know who my guests would be, but like PewDiePie would be quite cool to have there, and like maybe Casey Neistat and like some YouTubers and like people I like look up to online, like YouTubers who are like business people as well. Like I said, all my friends, that type of thing. That's why I'd want to go out with a bang, go out with a beer and FIFA.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that. And the idea of if you've only got 24 hours left to live.
If I come back home, like I would just
like,
I'd come back
be with
home.
all them and then
I would have done Apple. I would have gone to America and like LA and stuff, which is something I want to do. I reason why I didn't say like New York is because I plan to do New York in my life at some point. I haven't really had plans to do LA, but if I don't do LA, then I'd want to do it on my last day. So I'm using the hypotheses that I won't actually have ever been to New York, but New York would be squeezed in somewhere. Maybe I met Donald Trump in New York.
Yeah, maybe you had breakfast in New York.
With Donald Trump, yeah.
That's what I did when I went to
A Trump Tower.
I just squeezed that in there.
A Trump Tower. Yeah, some of my 24 hours, I'd video game with all my favourite YouTubers and friends and maybe Sigrid. I'm into Sigrid right now.
Oh my god, he's upset.
Her album. Wow. Love the album. There's better, there's better songs. There's better songs than Sucker Punch. I'll show you later.
I like the I don't feel like crying.
That's even better than now.
Oh, is it? I like
There's a
that.
song I want you to sing as well because it'll be good today. But yeah, anyway, that's my 24 hours.
I'm not gonna lie, right? I find questions like this really hard to answer.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It's like you need to go and think about it for a few hours and come back.
You two were just like coming out with all these things. I'm like, oh, that's really cool and that's really cool, and I'm just thinking, like my mind goes blank.
Okay, well, we can leave you think a bit more if you want, because Chloe is skydiving at the moment, and we need to see who is going to be at the bottom.
I got two, and they're both in The Greatest Showman.
They can both be there,
So I got Hugh Jackman and Zac Efron.
and they can be
So
singing
those
the other
two are
side.
just-
They can be singing the other side when you
Not
land.
even that, they're just beautiful.
Did
in
they with
my
their arms
eyes.
out ready to catch
They're
you?
just beautiful, aren't they?
Maybe like Zac Efron is the one pulling the
I was-
parachute.
Yeah. I was just thinking then though. No, but I was just thinking I'd love to be on Broadway. Like that's another one.
Go and watch it, or like have a night on the
it.
stage.
Yeah.
Maybe you could sing a duet with Lady Gaga
Yeah.
on the stage of Broadway.
Yeah, I know.
Like something like Hamilton or like Les Mis or something.
Mm.
Just I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what else I want to do. My last is quite weird, but I wouldn't really want to travel, which sounds quite weird. I'm not a big thing of
Stay in one place type thing. You want to then like Hannah.
yeah, because I just think I'm gonna see everything before I die. But I'd rather like live in the moment and be with like the people. If you know what I mean? Because if you're just gonna like
But like I'm not really.
travel, then it's like
You guys have mentioned people you'd like to see, like celebrities. Like honest to God, right, without being cringe or anything, but like that's not my thing. Like if I literally had a 24 hours to live, right, I would just want to be around friends and family and like just chill out and enjoy it. Like honestly, that's literally it.
You could do
Yeah.
anything. Though.
Yeah, I wouldn't though. I really
Absolutely
would.
anything.
Honest to
you can
God,
do that
I would,
tomorrow
like-
though. You can go and see your family.
You can see the family day before you die, and they'd understand.
No, but
Yeah, the day before.
Hannah wants to go and hang out with
No, but
with
honestly,
Lady
no,
Gaga
I really-
and
I
like go on a
really
hen
wouldn't.
do with
I
all
really-
the
I
with all the
just really wouldn't.
celebrities.
I don't think I'm as starstruck by celebrities. I don't think I'm as.
So if Lady Gaga walked in this room right now, you wouldn't be
Of course
starstruck.
I'd be starstruck, but it's not like on a bucket list kind of before I die. If I could, I wouldn't.
Like,
I wouldn't.
I'm just.
I was expecting Hannah to say like, I'd have like the biggest night out with the Kardashians, Lady Gaga, Miley Cyrus, and we'd all just get wasted. That's what I thought you'd say, something like that.
I'd rather do it with like,
Imagine doing your dancing with Miley Cyrus, grinding in the club. Imagine that. You two. Imagine you two. You'd be loving life.
Yeah.
That's what I expect you to say.
Yeah, I
but
guess.
Hannah's very much
I
homegirl.
think if the question was, if you could do anything on a day, what would it be?
I think basically it's
The fact that it's your last
The
day.
fact it's my last day. That changes it for me.
Oh no, it doesn't change it for me.
No. I'd be like, Mum, I've seen you a lot the day but one, but
No,
on my last day, just know I'm happy.
I'd be like, Mum, I've seen you for 18 years.
Just FaceTime her.
Just say
No,
the hour before.
It's not the same.
I'm going. Goodbye, and then you'd be on FaceTime and you just disappear.
Shut up.
So,
Okay, that's everyone's answers then. Cool.
I want another question.
There's no more questions. You'll have to come on another show.
No, just do one more.
There's no more.
Do one
There's
more.
no more. We've hit the time. We've hit the time that we aim for. 30 minutes. We're actually over by a little bit. But thanks, Chloe, for being on. Obviously, she sounds like she wants to be back on. So Chloe will be on in the hopefully near future. Stay tuned for next week's episode. We have a really, really big guest on next week. In my eyes, in terms of YouTube, yes, he is.
Really, really, really big.
Really big guest. So stay tuned for that. Thanks to Chloe and thanks to Hannah. Obviously, Hannah's been on the show since the beginning. And do you enjoy it, Chloe?
I did.
Yeah?
Thank you.
It's much better than it sounds. Answering questions doesn't sound all
I
that
knew
fun.
you were going to kick off.
But it is pretty good. I really liking it. You can listen on Apple Podcasts. You can also listen to us on Spotify. And you can listen on YouTube. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at James Ash with 2 H's and also on YouTube, youtube.com/JamesAsh. You can find Hannah on Twitter at HannahVGN, vegan without the E and the A because she doesn't like vowels. And you can also follow Chloe on Twitter at ChloeAsh15 on Twitter. So yeah, thanks everybody for listening and we'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.